Hello and welcome back to Fallout 76. Today I am on the public test server to give you an early look at a unique railway rifle named Lickety-Split. Now Lickety-Split can drop, you can either get the weapon itself or the plan for the weapon. Both are part of the raid reward pool. And the plan for it is not tradable, but the weapon itself is. The legendary effects on it are fixed, however, you cannot change them. And the effects are juggernauts, so as health increases, you get up to 25% more damage. You get 50% limb damage as the second star. Third star is damage resist while reloading. Not something I'd really love to have, however, you do reload these quite often, so, you know, that's something. And then we have a 4-star effect. When you cripple a limb, the limb will explode and deal 150 explosion damage to nearby targets. And this has a special effect. The special effect is minus 20% projectile damage, but the railway spikes explode for 38 damage, and that explosion actually targets nearby enemies as well. That's how you actually know that it's working. It does benefit from Grenadier. That will increase the range, but Demo Expert doesn't have any effect on it. And it has the Lickety-Split paint job, which I actually really like, but I like orange. If you don't like orange, probably it isn't for you, but I like this quite a lot. There's the build. It's kind of a work in progress because perk cards are changing and I haven't really gone through the commando build yet. So yeah, the important part of this actually is that special effect. That's the thing I'm most interested in, is that having the projectiles explode for, you know, shrapnel damage, if you will. So for the special effect, there's actually no visual explosion. All you'll see are damage numbers on nearby enemies. So this is actually best tested on a crowd. So any explosions that you do see will actually be from the from that 4th star when a limb gets crippled and it causes an explosion. But the special effect doesn't actually have an explosion on it, which took me a bit. I actually didn't realize it. I thought it wasn't working. And so you can see though, if you look at all the nearby targets, they'll get damage numbers. Well, and then we get the. It's kind of confusing because we got two things going on here. We've got the explosion from the crippled limb, you know, like that. We've got the explosion from the crippled limb, and then we have the area of effect damage from the other. It's not really an area of effect damage though, because it's supposed to be shrapnel, right? That's the thing. So we want enemies that are kind of close together. The range is actually pretty good. If I could shoot the one in the middle, you can see all the other targets are taking damage. It's actually a decent amount. Now I'm not doing critical hits or anything. That's not really the point of this look. I mean, the early look. I just want to show the, you know, kind of the effect, the special effect on it. I'm not really interested in killing things quickly, actually. I just want to get, honestly, I want to keep them alive as long as possible so we can actually get the area of effect damage on things. And for the 4th star, everything is a limb. Head, torso, legs, everything is a limb. So it doesn't really matter what you target. If you cripple it, and with that limb damage, now there's other stuff there. Oh, not close enough. But yeah, you can see the damage numbers pop up for kind of all over the place. This actually would work as a pretty decent tagging weapon. Oh, and the recoil. They've fixed the recoil on these things. Manual aiming is actually really good for manual aiming. You're not pointing at the sky instantly when you're trying to shoot this. I don't think I can hit that though. Now the shrapnel damage on this doesn't seem to pass through. I mean, it has a pretty decent area, especially with Grenadier equipped. It has a pretty decent area of effect, but it didn't seem to pass through. Like for example, if I had an enemy that was right here, it wouldn't affect enemies back there. I don't think. Yeah, see, everything else was blocked off from that super or from the hound, and so the area of effect didn't hit. But you can see, I mean, those are pretty decent damage numbers, 156 or whatever. I don't know if proximity. Now this manual aiming on this is so nice. The railway could actually be used quite easily. I mean, this is a long barrel, and you would not have wanted to put a long barrel on these before, just because you'd be shooting at the sky instantly, pulling the trigger. Of course, you have to still be somewhat competent at manual aiming, which I am not. All right, too close together, and then we also get the explosive effect from a crippled limb. But yeah, ooh, okay, there we go. But I think this effect is quite fun. I think this could be kind of a fun event weapon, really. You don't even have to, you know, you don't need to be pulling the trigger, doing critical hits or anything. Just, whoops. You will reload a lot though. Let's see, is that, yeah, see that was, I mean, they're not right on top of each other, and yet I'm still getting that shrapnel damage, and of course then we're getting the crippled limb effect as well. So, yeah, I like this. I mean, obviously, you'd probably want to change the effects. I mean, we all do. That's always the thing with these weapons, is you always wish you could either customize them or they had different effects. But as it is, so far, it's kind of a fun little toy. So now we've seen what the effect is, what the special effect is. Let's see how this does if you just want to actually kill things. I'm assuming it'll do well. I mean, railway rifles, they tend to do pretty well. The explosions are kind of fun, the crippling explosions. I've had kind of mixed with that though. I have not seen this trigger, hello. Usually there's stuff in there. I haven't had this trigger consistently. Oh, and you will get self-damage from that. That's another thing about the 4th star is you'll trigger the explosion on enemies. And if you're too close, you'll be, wow, that's actually pretty far. That one I was shooting down there was actually giving the shrapnel damage to the one up here, which is pretty cool. And I have to reload because I wasn't paying attention. I don't usually use railway rifles much, so I'm not really used to the 10 round capacity. But so far, this seems to work pretty well as a killing thing. And yeah, the explosions, between the explosions and the special effect, the shrapnel effect, yeah, this would be definitely good at crowd control. I kind of wish they would have given it the double effect, you know, like Ticket to Ride, which is or Ticket to Revenge rather, which is supposedly fixed. I haven't checked it yet, but supposedly that's got the effects on it that it's lost off and on since its inception. But yeah, I kind of wish this would have gotten the double effect. Double the rounds would actually make this, I mean, it's already quite fun. I'm liking this a lot. I'm not necessarily a railway fan, just because I think they're a little too strong for my taste, but they are a lot of fun. All right, so we've got some close together. I don't know, let's see, let's do, I guess if we hit them. Yeah, this definitely works. The crowd control situation is actually pretty good. Yeah, we get 2 for 1. Yeah, we got 2 for 1. I like it when you can shoot one enemy and it kills 2 enemies. That's and yeah, so he was just a little bit on this side of the wall, and that was enough to not do any kind of damage to the other targets. So yeah, the shrapnel seems like it needs a line of sight to actually trigger the to do damage. It's kind of a fun combination. At times it's a little bit hard to know what's working here. We've got the explosion from the crippled limbs, and we've got the shrapnel damage doing effect to nearby targets as well. So all in all, this has a lot going for it, I think. I think you get the idea with this one. This is not meant to be a complete test, just kind of a early look just to see the unique effect on it. And yeah, I'll do a complete test when it actually comes to the game because it could change. That can happen with things. And this will be part of the December update. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit one of the buttons. And I hope you join me in the next one. Thank you very much.